was out there in that second half?
I just thought tactics came together really well, and they got some runs on us, and we weren't able to respond as we would have liked. So it was, it was a tough third quarter.
Kelly, could you feel the momentum shift in that second half?
Yeah, definitely. I think particularly that start of the fourth quarter when they had a bit of a run on us. But I think reflecting on the game, the initial thoughts are that their defensive pressure right throughout the court really made us have to work hard. And I guess we were able to control it for the majority of the game. But by the last quarter, it really showed that they really created hesitancy and just pretty much were able to read balls we were giving in.
What did you make of the change in their defensive lineup to start with?
Yeah, I thought that they were looking to do something a little bit different. So we were kind of prepared for that. It was just in regards to maintaining that and sustaining that pressure for the full entire game that we kind of fell away.
And in matches like this where it is so much on the line, the mental and the physical, did you think maybe the tactics had a bit more physicality and a bit more physical fitness by the end of the game?
I think that they were able to build their connections over the entire season. For us, it's been very disruptive and had concussions and injuries and illnesses, and Paris Mason isn't available as well. So I'm really proud of the way that the group came together to be able to put out the performance that they did, but we were all very disappointed to not have got the win.
What did you make overall of the intensity of the match through the four quarters?
I thought the intensity was great and it was a great competition.
Yeah, I'd absolutely agree with that. I think every ball we had to work hard for, and we did some beautiful things out there as well. I think we can walk away being proud of ourselves and proud of what we've been able to achieve this season.
Yeah, and your younger players coming through, getting opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely. Laura Barmer being able to get a start in her first final series, and I don't think she's been in finals before, but shows great leadership with Kels and all the people around her to be able to support her to do a really great job. She did awesome.
How hard was it with that crowd?
Yeah, it was something that we were prepared for. We know the tactics crowd and Christchurch crowd can get rowdy, but initially we went out there with the plan to keep them quiet and give them nothing to cheer for. Unfortunately, we gave them something to cheer for in the end, but I think a focus for us was just creating the energy amongst ourselves.
How do you rate the season with the changes that have been brought in and stuff? Looking back now, how do you sort of feel things have gone?
I just want to give credit to all the coaches and the organisation and all the athletes as well for taking all these changes on board so quickly and quite late as well, and everybody's done a great job to be able to compete every week and been some fantastic games.
Two really disruptive seasons with injuries and illness, and how proud are you of the resilience of the wider group and obviously the region that you've been able to bring players in and still be competitive and in finals?
We're immensely proud of that. Our organisation and our community is amazing, and we're all in it together to make sure that we have a clear pathway for performance athletes to come through and be able to compete at this level.
Do you think you've crossed a black cat somewhere with all these injuries the last 2 years?
We need to look at that, to be honest. I have no idea what's going on, but we've resilient, amazing performance staff taking care of our athletes, and we're doing the very best that we can with what we were given.
Talk about your region, why, and the greater, wider group of people that contribute to your team, and the National League program, which is always successful as well. Sum that up and how important that's been to Pulse's success.
Okay, Kels.
Well, I guess for us, you can see the outcome of all the hard work that goes on behind the scenes in terms of the development space. When we go into a final series and we can put our whole bench on the court, and you never see a drop off in intensity or skill level. And I think you look at the likes of Laura Barmer and Ainsley Arna. They started the season on the bench, and now they were starting in the final series. So it's awesome to see how well those girls have managed to remain engaged while they weren't getting as much court time, and they've been able to slot in so seamlessly when called upon.
Can I just ask one more question? How thrilling is it, when you've got Amarami out there shooting those twos? I mean, it's just added so much, isn't it?
Yeah, she's been fabulous and brings a lot of energy and taking that role on to heart as well, and making sure that she's ready for those moments. And that's a really tough situation to be in, to have that pressure on, but full credit to her character and who she is. She wanted to do what was best for the team like everybody else, so she did a great job tonight.
I mean, it's been a finding out process really, isn't
Yeah.
it? When you're going to use it, how you're going to use it, and
Yeah.
first year up.
Yeah.
I mean, the crowd loved it.
Yeah, and it's very different as well. Like at the beginning of the season, everyone thought it was going to be all about the 2-pointers, but as the season's gone on, you'll see that it's become less and less, and it's just in those key moments being able to pull that out if you need it.
Donna, what did you say from half time?
Oh, everyone's saying that, but actually, to be fair, I think our second quarter we started to consolidate. It was pretty even. I thought we were a little bit uncertain in the first, and I think on attack we struggled. There was a couple of things like Ellie ball at the end line, and just we didn't settle as quick as what we could have. But the second quarter we started to find that groove. Then we just need a ball, and our D's turned it on. You know, in that second half. No lies, turned around, they've got the ball again. And we get ball, but we haven't really disrupted opposition centre pass as much as we'd like, whereas in that second half we did. So then we started pushing out the lead.
You were also able to get that ball into Ellie tonight pretty well too as the game went on. Is that something you've been working on?
Yeah, every training. It's just having that confidence. I think at times we can talk ourselves out of something. And, you know, look, she's playing against Kelly, right? So, you know, that's a pretty tough ask, and she probably hasn't in the past performed as good as she could against Kelly, but today she did. She was a bit scratchy to start with, but by gosh, she was awesome. And big target, ball side, you know, everything that we've been working on, so I was really pleased.
Gutsy move to change around your defensive trio at the back to start?
Yeah, look, it was just a bit of a different look. It's nothing new to both of them. They both play both positions. They train both positions. And I just thought after last week, Leslie, we needed to shake it loose a bit, just to see the ball coming at different angles, being able to see when to go for it, and when we switch them back, how good.
Congratulations, Irikana, on your 100th match for the Tactics. How did it feel out there? I mean, the intensity and obviously both teams wanted to win it so much, but how did it feel through the flow of the 4 quarters?
Yeah, the finals pressure was definitely there in the beginning, and we felt that. It took us a while to really get our groove, especially in attack. But I thought the second half, as cliche as it sounds, it was literally a game of 2 halves. I thought we came out really strongly. We looked after our centre pass. The defence got us ball, and we scored off it as well, which was, it really lifted our confidence. And in the last quarter, I thought we were really settled. We were really clinical with the ball. We were connected on attack and on defence, and we just scored most of the possession, it felt like.
How much of a buzz did that 2-pointer right on half time? You know, you kind of changed the momentum by then, but what a buzz right on half time.
Yeah, I think that was a big momentum shift. Going into that second half, the first half felt just a grind. It felt really hard. So for Teeps to nail that, I think it was a bit of relief almost going into the second half.
What was the difference between last week's performance and this week's performance?
I don't know, that's probably a question for all the girls. I don't know whether we went up there and thought, shivers, we have to win by 6, instead of just going, let's just go play. And we didn't get a lot of ball last week, and it was probably one of our worst performances collectively. We do this really amazing thing when we go down and lose a game, we do it all together. I said to them at training, you know, one of you can have a bad game, it doesn't mean you all have to do it. So in the 3 games that we have lost this season, that's what we've done. But you learn more from losses, and I think, you know, we had a really good week training. We worked on what we needed to work on, and I think we brought that there tonight.
Eric Hunter, do you think there's been a shift in tactics previously, just being able to lift yourself into after a bad performance like last week?
Yes, I think our mentality has shifted, and Donna this year has probably brought that, just that, I always say it in interviews, that ruthless mindset, growth mindset, always wanting to be better. And as a collective, I thought we trained our butts off this week. The intensity was huge. We were coming off trainings exhausted, but we knew that we needed to do that to prepare for this game, because it was exhausting on the court, honestly. And I think that game was the best preparation we could have got leading into a final next week.
Donna, this coaching gig must be easy. First season, grand final. Run us through being a first-year head coach and heading into a grand final next week in Auckland.
It was a lot easier being a player. Well, you've got no control, right? You can work hard all week, but you just don't know what's going to happen when they go out there. There was at times I thought I needed to make a change just to mix it up, and then I was like, oh no, I'll leave it for a couple more minutes, and luckily everyone came good. But yeah, I think I spent more time out of the seat in the second half than I have before. I normally can sit quite calm, but look, it was just so awesome being at home. The crowd got into it. Everyone was lifting. Like, it was amazing to be part of that.
You've been involved with the tactics previously. What's different about this group? What will push you over the line to get that title that's been so elusive for this franchise?
Just being in the final and having a chance, I think. Last year they were very unlucky not to win the elimination final to go through, and I think if they had have got that, they would have won it last year. So it's just small margins, right? So we've given ourselves an opportunity. Probably nobody will pick us. I don't know how many people picked us other than ourselves and our crowd for tonight. But just going up there with nothing to lose. We can play better. We know we can than last week. And look out if we do get it all right on the night.
What's been most pleasing yourself about what you've achieved this year as a head coach first year, never having been as a head coach in this environment before?
Look, we had quite a few changes if you're looking at our training partners and our squad of 10. Just giving those opportunities to people that want to play. We've got the experienced ones that are leading by example. And working their butts off every game. You look at Tapaya and her work rate this year alone. Ericana coming back from injury but managing to play every game so she can tick off that 100. But like Holly coming in, first year contract, she's been up and down, but all she wanted today was to get ball, and she got that one. So the lift that she's going to get from that performance today to go into the final is massive, and it's those little wins along the way that makes it really cool. But it's easy being around a group of people that want to perform and want to be better and want to work hard. Makes my job easy.
Last question, Ericana, what's been your favourite Donnerism so far?
Oh gosh, I'm not really sure. I love that she calls us old girls, me, Jane Teeps in particular. But honestly, I just love Donna's passion. Like, you come into a huddle, like if the camera's there, you see that she wants it just as badly as we do. And there's nothing that gives us more confidence than when you see a coach like that really lead us with confidence and with passion. So yeah, I'm really happy for Donna and making it to the final for her.
How's your body? How's the Achilles? And how's...
What Achilles?
Yeah. I think as I've become more experienced, I've just maybe managed my body a little bit more. This is the new norm for me now. So I just take it minute by minute. It helps when I've got the likes of Teeps, who has a big workload, Ellie, who's pulling in strong ball, Holly, who's stepping up in moments when I need her to step up. So I've got some great support around me as well.
And then your coach calls a timeout near the end.
Oh, thank you, Donna.
Well, they carry this pickle juice around every game, so someone's got to drink it. So we call a timeout. So I think 3 of them had a go tonight.
Yeah. P joined us today.